What if becoming a millionaire in 2025 is not a matter of luck, connections, or startup capital, but just a clear set of steps? Why do some people get steadily richer despite crises, while others spend their whole lives running in circles, earning and losing money? Ray Dalio, one of the most successful investors and billionaires of our time, believes that there are universal principles that always work, regardless of the era and the state of the economy, and people who follow these principles inevitably come to wealth. In this video, you'll learn about the key steps that help Dalio achieve financial independence. These specific steps could also lead you to your first $1 million as early as this year, 2025. So watch this video to the end so you don't miss out on the chance to become a millionaire this year. The first step, according to Ray Dalio, is a change of mindset. One of the most destructive beliefs that keeps people in poverty is the belief that money comes through hard work. In reality, wealth is created through systems, strategies, and thoughtful decisions. Most people live with the idea that the more they work, the more they will earn. However, if you look at the wealthiest people in the world, it becomes obvious that they do not work for the sake of money, but for the sake of assets that bring money. The difference in thinking is critical. Instead of exchanging their time for a salary, the rich create mechanisms that generate income regardless of their participation. They understand that the real value is not just making money, but managing it, increasing it, and protecting it from losses. Those who continue to depend on only one salary always run the risk of being left with nothing when faced with a crisis. In contrast, millionaires rely on income diversification and creating financial stability that gives them freedom. The next thing that sets millionaires apart is the ability to spot trends and be proactive. In 2025, the key areas for capital growth are artificial intelligence, blockchain, and business automation. Those who recognize these opportunities in time have a significant advantage. Ray Dalio emphasizes that wealthy people are always looking to invest where the future is being shaped. Those who do not see the prospects in advance are forced to catch up with those who have already made their move. This is why it is important to explore new markets, analyze trends, and invest in areas that are yet to become mainstream. The earlier a person starts to study these areas and look for ways to get into them, the higher his chances of financial success. After all, the biggest fortunes are always earned not at the peak of popularity of technologies, but at the moment of their inception, when most people are still in doubt. Rich people do not wait for opportunities to become obvious. They act one step ahead, realizing that risk is justified if it is based on analysis and the right strategy. But just understanding trends is not enough. To really achieve financial success, you need to learn how to manage money. According to Dalio, even $1 million will not save a person who does not know how to manage his finances correctly from poverty. History knows thousands of examples of people who won huge sums in the lottery, but quickly lost everything. Why? Because without proper money management, money disappears as quickly as it comes. According to Ray Dalio, effective financial allocation is the foundation of wealth. One of the key principles is 50% of income should go to investments, 30% to self-education and scaling skills, and 20% to everyday expenses. This approach creates a sustainable financial foundation. But financial management is not just about proper income distribution, it's also about being able to adapt to economic changes. It is important not just to earn and save, but also to competently protect your capital from inflation, crises, and unexpected situations. That is why millionaires pay great attention to asset diversification, so that their money does not depend on one source of income and always works for them, bringing stable profits. Another critical success factor is the environment. Ray Dalio argues that a person's environment shapes their thinking, beliefs, and behavior. People who strive for wealth but socialize with those who don't believe they can get rich are virtually doomed to failure. However, if you surround yourself with successful strategic thinkers, you can greatly accelerate your progress toward your goal. Millionaires don't just socialize with rich people. They seek out those who can teach them new things, who think big and see opportunities where others see limitations. The environment influences a person's decisions, habits, and level of ambition, shaping their future financial achievements. But even the right environment does not guarantee success if a person does not know how to make the right decisions. In 2025, there will be many opportunities to earn money, but not all of them will bring real profit. Ray Dalio emphasizes that the most successful people are able to filter incoming information and choose only those paths that really lead to financial growth. They realize that their main wealth is time and energy, which means they say no to anything that doesn't bring them closer to their goals. Decision-making is a skill that sets wealthy people apart from everyone else. The better a person is able to assess risks and predict the consequences of his steps, the faster he will achieve financial independence. That is why millionaires are constantly learning, analyzing, and adjusting their strategies, understanding that every decision is an investment in their future. Mistakes are inevitable, but the main thing is to be able to learn from them and quickly adapt to new circumstances. One of the key principles that Ray Dalio believes sets rich people apart from everyone else is patience. Many people want instant results, but that's not how things work in the world of big money. The most common mistake people who dream of millions make is being impatient. They try a new method, project, or strategy, but without seeing quick success, they give up. However, real capital growth always takes time. Dalio emphasizes that if a person follows the right course, he will inevitably reach his goal. The only question is when it will happen. In a year, 2, or 5 years. The main thing is not to stop when it seems that there is no progress. After all, most people quit one step before success, not even realizing how close they were to the result. Millionaires, on the other hand, realize that steady growth requires stamina, strategic thinking, and constant adaptation to changing market conditions. The last step towards financial independence, according to Ray Dalio, is to create a system that works without personal involvement. The richest people in the world do not earn money by hard labor. They create mechanisms that bring them income even in their absence. These can be automated businesses, investment portfolios, or teams that manage processes. If a person wants to create real wealth rather than just make money, they need to develop a system that works regardless of their personal efforts. This is what allows capital to grow exponentially, rather than depending on the number of hours spent at work. Thus, if we follow Ray Dalio's strategy, the path to millions in 2025 is as follows: change of mindset, search for promising trends, competent financial management, forming an environment of successful people, developing decision-making skills, patience, and building a system that works. These are the steps that distinguish rich people from poor people. Now the choice is up to everyone. You can just close this video and forget what you heard, or you can start acting. Which of these steps are already present in your life, and what still needs to be worked on? Write in the comments which of Ray Dalio's principles were the most useful for you, and which step you will start your way to $1 million. If this video was helpful to you, then give it a like and share the link with your friends.